3, 2, 1.
Hi guys. So today I'm going to be making a video about why Ridge is the worst character on The Bold and the Beautiful. I want to start this off by saying sometimes characters do make me more mad than him on certain weeks, like this week Ivy did. But like, if I'm talking about overall the worst character, I would definitely go with Ridge because he's the one that continuously does stuff that like makes me really mad. Just arrogance, ego, stuff he does unapologetically, all of that. I actually made a list of stuff. I was like in the middle of class and I just made a list of stuff because it's that easy. Because Ridge has done so much. And let's see how many I wrote down. I only got 9 because like I had 10 minutes to do this, but I'm going to go over 5, I think, because you don't want this video to be too terribly long. So, let's talk about something that is more relevant, I want to say, and I'm going to highlight this too. So I know I already did it, because I might do a part 2 of this eventually. And he pretty much forced Eric to retire. And then he got mad at Eric for going to design for Logan, which is Katie's fashion house. I just have to say, Ridge made me so mad. And honestly, now that he's starting to understand, like this previous week on The Bold and the Beautiful, he did start to understand and realize he was wrong. Which honestly, I'm going to talk about it more in the video that I make about the previous week's episodes, but Ridge had a rare moment of like maybe not being so bad, and then he went right back to being bad. So that didn't last very long. But I just have to say, him doing that in the first place really made me mad. And I wouldn't say it's the worst thing he's done because I think we all know it's not. It's just something that's more relevant, so I really wanted to pick that one to talk about. Let's see, which one should I? You know what? I've talked about this one before, so we're going to go with this one next. He ended his engagement with Taylor and got married to Brooke just a few hours later. Yeah, I think that wasn't too long ago. What was that? Was that like fall? I feel like that happened in the fall. It could not have been that long ago. But like, that's crazy. And I think that's when I started making like the weekly videos. Like after that specific video of saying Ridge is like terrible, I started making videos about The Bold and Beautiful each week, each Saturday. And I know it's Sunday, please bear with me. But seriously though, what kind of person does that? Like, it's so clear. He just goes back and forth, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Like, how can you go break off an engagement with someone you claim to love and then get married to someone the exact same day? That's so messed up, and you know what? It's not just Taylor who's a victim of it. It's Brooke, too. Let's go with this. He got upset with Brooke basically because she... Did she become CEO of Forrester? No. Head of Forrester? I forgot what she did, but like she became a main person at Forrester when Hope and Carter took over, and Ridge got mad not knowing that she did it to like try to get the company back for him, and he spent the night with Taylor the exact same day. Honestly, I feel like Brooke and Taylor should learn by now, but it's okay. No, it's not, but whatever. Seriously, though, it's the same thing. Like, how do you go from one person to another that fast? It's so clear he doesn't truly love either of them. It's like temporary lust or something. And then when that lust fades, he goes to the other one. Then the lust for the other one comes back, so he goes back to her. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, and that's terrible. Okay, there's so many I can choose from. I've already done 3. You know what? Now the main thing is he did go back and forth between Taylor and Brooke for decades. Honestly, he just can never commit to one person. He always has to go back and forth. And it's so annoying. Like, come on. And the audience that watches the show is actually getting annoyed too. Because it's so old now. Like, we've been doing this for decades. Let's move on. Let's do something different. Okay, I gotta choose one more. I have a few good ones on here. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make more reasons too. Okay, you know what? Let's go with something that I feel like is the worst thing he's ever done. And I know he's done like really terrible things. But this one right here, it just feels like the worst thing to me. So we're gonna go over it. He pretended to be the father of Caroline's baby even though he knew Thomas was, which is his son. I remember watching these old episodes and he treated Thomas terribly. I was actually in shock. Especially considering what he did for Thomas later, which was on the list, but like, you know what? We don't have time for that. Because I am going to make another one of these one day. With like a way bigger list. Anyway, it's just crazy. Like, he knew that his son was the father of Caroline's baby, and yes, Thomas and Caroline got together when she was still married to Ridge, technically. Well, I guess they were kind of broken up, like, whatever. And that was bad, yes. But to know that his son was the father of the baby and pretending he was, not even letting Thomas see the birth of the baby, like pushing him away. And he let Steffi and Eric go up basically and was blocking Thomas from going up because he was mad. But like, that's his son. No wonder Thomas got so upset when he figured it out. Because like, what do you mean you're going to keep his own child from him? Like, I feel like that's the worst thing Ridge has ever done because like, he was a terrible father in that moment. A horrendous person. And this is just a small, like, these 5 things are just a small portion of what he has done. Seriously. He only seems to care about himself. And he doesn't care when he hurts people or makes other people upset. He just goes with it because it's what's good for him. He doesn't see it as that big a deal. And these are huge reasons why Ridge is the worst character. Because I think it's the lack of remorse for me. Honestly. Like, Steffi and Brooke are down there too. But, I don't know. There's something about Ridge. He's just the one that's always annoying. Like, other characters, they have their moments and stuff. I can sympathize with them sometimes, but Ridge, no. I just can never get behind his character. So anyways, that is why Ridge is the worst character on the show. That's just a small amount of reasons why. And I'm going to make a video listing more things eventually. But for now, that is all for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you all later today. Bye, guys.